Welcome back to Season 2 of the Viridian League. Today we have the last event before the finale, Event 15, the obstacle course. Last time we saw this event, it was the Knights who came out on top with 19 points. We'll see if any of our teams can beat that record today. It's very crucial for our teams to get a good result here if they want to stay in contentions. Now, looking at the standings, it's very exciting at the top. Evergreen Oaks and Dune Dashers are tied for lead with 148 points, with the Knights just 4 points behind. It's going to be exciting finale. Let's see if any of our teams can close in on those top 3 here. Now, let's go in the demo reel to see how this event goes. Starting off in the first section, we have a hold slope. Let's see, the demo team keeping it clean here, not the most difficult of obstacles, but a bad bounce can really do me there. Now, the second obstacle, the swings, is very similar to the second obstacle from last time we saw this event. A new bad round here from our demo team. Now we go to the third section. It's the gear wave, new to this season. Let's see how our demo team takes it, and they managed to get both still going into the final obstacle, a different version of the slide jump. Let's see if any of the marbles here will finish, and they do get a finisher, so the demo run will settle at a 15 total. Now we'll go through reverse championship standings for the actual event. So the Evitadors are starting us off, who have not been having a good season in the slightest. They still don't have a medal, hoping to get their first here, but this is not a good start on that front. They lose one here, and one is still bouncing dangerously in this last section, of course, but they do manage to avoid the hole. So before go on to the second section, let's see if they can recover from that early loss. And this is very bad. They lose one here, but the others don't have speed to make the last skill here, and they lose 3 more in the second section. This is not going well at all for the Evitadors. Let's see if Nightfall here can still salvage an somewhat alright score. Let's see, they do make it to the final obstacle of the slide jump. Let's see if they will finish here. Let's see, and it's close, but they do manage to get a 5-pointer here, and that means the Evitadors will settle for a 12-point total. Not a great start here, but it could have been worse, I suppose. That finisher there from the reserve really baiting them out of a terrible run. Now, the Rainbirds not having had a very good season as well. Very similar to the Evitadors. Not a single medal. Hoping to get their first here, but they need a good run here. And it's not a good start to lose one right there. And this is very looking very dangerous there for a second marble. And losing 2 in the first obstacle is not what you want to see happen in this event. Now let's see if they can keep it clean for the second obstacle to limit the damages a bit. And it's not at all what's going to happen here. 2 more lost. Only 1 more going into the third obstacle. This is looking very dangerous. And they almost lose them there, but they still stay in the game puddle here. Let's see. They make it to the final obstacle, but even if they get the jump here, they're only going to get 11 points, which is worse than we saw the Evitadors do in the round before. Let's see. They do easily clear this jump. Well, a very solid jump here from Pedal, I must admit there. But an 11 total is not going to help them in the standings at all. Both these teams, not the results they wanted. Still, of course, a lot of teams could fumble here to bail them out of a bad result, but we'll have to see if that happens. Now the third run, Histruns having a better season with both, but struggling a bit lately, hoping to get back up in the bit higher in the bottom half of the standings. And let's see, it's a very perilous start, but all 5 managed to go to the next section of the course. We have not seen that yet, so let's see if they can keep the momentum going. And 4 of them will make it, but it's not looking like Perfo here will manage to clear this obstacle. But still, 4 going into the third section is not at all too shabby. Let's see how they take the gear wave, and they lose 1, and that's an unfortunate loss there for a second. Still 2 to the final. It doesn't look like a very decent run here for the Histruns, but they just nudge the edge and don't get a single finisher, so they'll settle for a 16 total. Still easily going to take the lead from the words we've seen so far, but I don't know if that's going to challenge for the top few positions later on. Now we go to run 4, the Sterling Skies. They were early on in the season, but have been falling down with some consecutive bad results later on. Now, a very elegant start here in the first section, easily clearing all the holes there. Now let's see how they face the swing skills here. Tin leading them in this part of the course, and they even managed to clear it without any casualties here. So all 5 are going to the gear wave. Let's see how they face this third obstacle. None of the teams have experience here. They lose 1 marble, but 3 have already finished. They need one more to get 4 in the last obstacle. Let's see if they can make it to the last obstacle. And no, they don't. Still 3 in the final obstacle is looking very solid for the students, guys. Here, let's see. Will they get a finisher? And yes, but only one. That's still gonna be an incredible run for 19 total for the students, guys. That could definitely be contending for a medal here. Great run for them. Getting a bit of their momentum back that they lost over the last few events. Now, we go to the 5th run with the Quartz Roses. They have not been having a stellar season at all. Although gold in the last event did build them out of last position. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going. Although this is not a good start on that front. They lose Jewel here due to a poor entry onto the slope. Let's see if they can recover in the second section. Though this is not looking good. 2 immediately lost. And with how the position was left for that swing skill, they lose another. Only 1 is still going into the gear wave. Let's see here. This is not looking good for the Quartz Roses at all. Let's see if they can still salvage an okay score. They do manage to move on to the next obstacle. Let's see. Will Gio secure a finisher for the Quartz Roses? And it's close, but no, they just barely don't get it. And that means they finish with an 11 total, which is going to be last here. If they had finished it, would have at least beaten the Rainbirds, but it's not going to happen here. Quartz Roses will take last for now. Run 6, we have the Cosmoscopes. They were high up early on in the season, but have had some difficulties in the middle of the season, putting them all the way back towards the bottom of the standings. Let's see, great start from them though. Let's see if they can make a resurgence here in this event. Although they don't have a good history getting last in this event last time out. Let's see, but this time it's going a lot better. In contrary, great run so far from the Cosmoscope. Let's see, how do they handle the gear wave? You saw the Southern Skies doing decently, but losing a lot of marbles still. And the Cosmoscopes are not going to be better here. They lose 3 even, which is 1 more than we saw the Southern Skies. Still, they can still take the lead if they have both of our marbles finish here. Let's see. 2 more marbles in it for this race. Let's see, will they get 2 finishers? And it's only going to be 1. But still, that's still an incredible run here from the Cosmoscopes with an 18 total. That's easily going to slot them in 2nd place. They could definitely contend for a medal as well. But we'll have to see how all the other runs stack up for them. Now, we go to the Supersonics. They got a medal this event last time, but their teamwork has not been as good this season overall. So we'll see if this will be the outlier in that sense. Now, here let's see. And this is not a good start for them. It was some bad bounce. They already lose a marble, and in seconds, looking like they're going to join them. Or will they hold on? And no, not showing their teamwork prowess in this event as well. This has just not been good on that front for them the whole season, but still. Sitting in the middle of the pack. Let's see, will all 3 of them move on to the 3rd obstacle? And they do, so this could still be a solid, decent run if they manage to get a good run here in the gear wave. And they lose 1 immediately. Not a great start for them, let's see. And the second will join it, but they will have 1 face the final obstacle. Let's see if Jet will secure a finisher for their team here. Let's see, and ooh, that's a very eccentric bounce there. Going backwards all the way to the slide again. That's not all what you want to happen here. That was a very interesting mechanic here, but it's only going to put them in 5th out of 7. Not a good run here from the Supersonics after a good history in this event. Very unfortunate. Now we go to Team Brimstone, the last team in the bottom half. They had a very poor start to the season, but had a great middle section of the course and have been a middle section of the tournament, but have been inconsistent ever since. Now, let's see how they face this event. To keeping it clean throughout the first part of the course. Let's see how they take the swing skills. They do have some good history in this part of the course last time around. Let's see. Will they keep everyone clean? And it's looking like it's very strong so far for Team Brimstone. They could challenge for the leader if they do well here. In the gear wave section, we've seen a lot of teams that have had success having trouble here. And the Team Brimstone is no different at all. They lose 2 immediately, but the other 3 managed to hold on for the final of the course. They did just 2 finishers if they want to take the lead here. Let's see. And they're only going to be good enough with 1, which is, I don't think it's going to be good enough. Let's see, 19 total. And yet it's going to tie them for the lead, so it might be enough. But we'll have to see how the tiebreak is broken. So we don't quite know yet who's going to be ahead between them and the Southern Skies. Still, an incredible run there from Team Brimstone. Now we go to the other matches. We've had a very up and down season. Medals here, bottom, 3 finishes there. So let's see which one of those it will be this time around in the obstacle course. Great start here from the Outlaw Mashers in the first round. Let's see if they can keep up the momentum in the second. Let's see here. Lose some perilous bouncing, but all of them managed to make it through to the next part of the course. The gear phase has really been the deciding factor here. Let's see if they can, how they face it here. They lose two, and the third, and the others are not even in the finish line. This could be disastrous. Let's see. They do manage to secure those others, so they still have a chance at the lead, but they need to have both of their marbles finished. Let's see. Will they get it? And no! Only one will finish, which is still an incredible run, which is going to tie them for third. Not good enough to take the lead, but still in contention for a medal. Great run from them here. We'll see who gets the better of them between Cosmoscopes and others later, after the tiebreak has been decided by the referees. We really need to start thinking of that now. Now with the John Jolts, who have had a very quiet, solid season. A lot of top 5 finishes, but not many medals. Only a few bronzes here and there, but a good start of the course here. Now, they go on to the next section. How will they face it? Let's see who... It just barely can't get it clean. Losing 2 marbles on the last kill must sting a little. They're still in it for a solid run. Let's see how they take the gear wave. Oh, they lose one here. Let's see. One makes it to the slide jump. Will Empire join them? And yes, they have 2 in the last section of the course, but some early losses. I don't think they can challenge for a medal, but this could still be a decent result if they make the jump here, and neither of them do. So they're going to settle for a 15 position, which is only going to be 6 out of 10 so far. Not the result for John Jones would have wanted, but it's still only lower of the pack. Not quite rock bottom. Now we go to the Apple-Tarts, who have had a decent season, a lot of top 5 results, but they just can't get a medal, a gold medal. Now still definitely in contention if they have a good result here. Let's see, and a great start is looking very promising for them. Now they need to make sure to keep this section clean. Let's see, and it's looking like they do. All 5 marbles going to the gear wave, which has really been destroying their teams here. This has been the make it or break it for if you want to place high. Let's see, they lose one and a second. It's not looking great. They lose a third, but the other 2 do still make it, so they still have a chance. But we've not seen any of the other teams that have been in this mission excel before. Let's see, then they only get 1 finisher, which is gonna put them in that tie for third. Still a very solid winner for the Apple-Tarts. We won't know where they place, but still, they won't be upset with that performance. Now we go to run 12 with the Winter Mints. A very solid season, reaching all the way up into 2nd place in the mid-pack, but some lackluster performance recently have dropped them down to 5th. Still, a very solid season for this team, but this is a very perilous start. If they want to catch up to the leaders, they need to keep it clean here. Let's see. Will Popsicle make it through the first obstacle? And it's close, but they do! Very well done here from the Winter Mints. Now, let's see how they face the swing skills here. Ooh, very dangerous here for the last marble. The other 4 keeping it clean. Let's see, will Popsicle join them? And yes, although very perilous movements there from the last marble, but keeping it clean is all that matters here. Let's see, they lose 2. There's still 1 finishes, and the third's gonna join him. Only 2 in the last jump. Still looking very solid, but they need to make both the jump if they want to take the lead. Let's see here. And it's gonna happen. The Winter Mints have made both of their marbles, have made the jump, which is gonna be good enough to take the lead, courtesy of both of those finishers, which is an incredible run here from the Winter Mints, getting the lead on a tiebreak. Incredibly well done. Now we go to the Snapdragons with win 13 of the day. A very solid season so far from the Snapdragons. Very much excelling in teamwork as well as team. Let's see if this event will be any different. And this is a very good start on that front. Let's see if they can keep up with it in the second round. Let's see here. And of course they do. All 5 marbles still going strong into the gear wave, which has really been the make or break it. I've said that many times, but it just keeps proving to be true. Let's see. It's looking very strong here for the Snapdragons. They lose 2 immediately though right there. As I say that, but still 3 going to the final sector. They just need 2 to finish if they want to take the lead here. Let's see. Can they do it? And oh, it's so close, but a bad nurture falling on the edge for Charm means only one of the marbles will finish, and that's gonna be the decider. They will not win this event. They will settle in the tiebreak for 2nd place. Still a very good result for a team in 4th place, but oh so close to a gold medal that they just can't quite get there. Now with the Nightshades, they won this event last time out, and they're sitting very close to the top of the standings. They could easily take the put themselves in a great position if they take the gold here. Or have another very good result. Let's see if they can live up to it. A very good start after the first heat. But ooh, some bad bounces here. They lose one in the second section. Not a great start if they want to go for those medals. But they can still make up for it if they have a good section here. Let's see. Ooh, they lose one. Not what they want to see. They do have a finisher going on to the next round. And a second. Let's see. Will Gould join them? This could be crucial for the championship. And they don't. Only 2 move on to the last obstacle. Let's see. What will the Nightjets finish with here? And it's only going to be one finisher. That's still looking like a decent run, but it's only going to put them in the map pack. Not quite what you want to see if you're chasing for the championship, but still not a result to be upset with. Now we have the Dune Dashers for the penultimate run of the day. They've been chasing the Evergreen Oaks all season. They finally caught up to them, but haven't quite made the overtake due to metal counter break. Let's see if they can make that work this time in this event. And this is not a good start on that front at all. They've lose one and a second in the first obstacle. And the third is struggling here as well. They really need them to make it, but it's not going to happen. Losing 3 in the first obstacle is atrocious for the Dune Dashers here. Let's see if these last 2 marbles can still salvage up some points in some more order, but it's not going to happen here if they lose another in the second obstacle. The only have 1 more running into this third obstacle. This is not going good at all for the Dune Dashers in this very crucial event. They're very close to the championship, but it's not going to happen if they perform like this. Only 8 total for last. Overall is not what the Dune Dashers needed here in the slightest. That's easy going to take that last, and it's giving them opportunity for the Evergreen Oaks who are now here. They've been leading the championship since event 2, but the buffer is all the way gone, and the order is a lot closer to them now. Let's see if they can stay at top of the standing with a good result here. Let's see. Decent start in the first round, keeping all 5 marbles on the board. Now, moving into the second obstacle, let's see if they can keep it clean throughout here. And a bad nudger loses them 2. Not great for them if they want to stay at top of the standings, but they can still nudge out a solid performance here. Let's see. Oh, it's not looking good if they lose a marble here. Let's see. They do have 2 still going to the final obstacle. Let's see what they managed to salvage out of this. And it's looking like they'll have both of their marbles finished, which is going to give them a 70 total to just barely nudge into the top half of the standings. Great recovery for those last 2 marbles for a solid result for the Evergreen Oaks, but I don't know if it will be good enough to stay atop the standings. As you can see here, the Winter Winds to both those double finishers get the goal there, but it's a double 3-way tie for 2nd and 5th. We'll have to see how that tie is broken. Let's see, and the referee has decided it will be by the time taken. So which of these was the fastest and has thus claimed the silver medal? And it is the Snapdragons who come out on top of the Students guys, just barely nudging out Team Brimstone for the bronze. That's an incredibly close time difference there. Meanwhile, Appletarts get the best of the rest for 5th place. Very well done to them as well. We can see here that move that gave the Wintermints the gold medal here. Elegantly making the slide jump both of their marbles. That was the deciding difference. Snapdragons still very crucial. Silver there and Southern Skies happy to be in the podium once again. Well, let's see what's happening here. It's looking like the students have something to say. Let's see. We'll have to see from the referees what's happening. I am not quite sure. It's looking like they want to share their chance in the limelight with the Team Brimstone because of how close that tiebreak was. They want to give them their chance to stand on the podium, even if they don't get a medal here. It was a great sportsmanship here from the Southern Skies. And we can see here the Wintermints have finally knocked off the Evergreen Oaks from the top step of the order for the first time since event 2. But both those teams are still in contention for the championship, along with the Snapdragons, Nightjets, Dune Dashers, and Upworkers. Only the top 6 can still win, with the John Jolts and Orange still having an outside chat for the podium in the last event, Marathon. See you then.